welcome back, everybody. Brand new live show on this Wednesday. We are cooking with the Scouts. We're sharing great Dutch oven recipes for your next camp out, cookout, or that you can even do at home. That Mountain Man breakfast, you guys, that got devoured. That was amazing. We'll put that recipe. It's a great big breakfast casserole. We'll put it on our website. I've got Amanda and Tim here from the Scouts, and Amanda, we are making one of the favorite Scouts desserts. So what are we making?
So this is a cherry cobbler dump cake. And we call it that because you just kind of dump it all together. So we really want the youth to be active, to be doing it. So we make it simple so that they're able to be successful. And this is one of the easiest things to do. So this is, it looks delicious.
Sure
I know
does.
it is.
Oh, it smells so good. So we started out with a big Dutch oven.
Yep.
And then cherry
pie filling.
2 cans of that.
Yep.
All right. And you put that in the bottom.
In the bottom.
Do you
yep.
butter or do anything to the bottom?
Definitely put
butter.
Sugar, just some sprinkled little sugar on there that sometimes, or butter. Take about 2 tablespoons of butter, slice them, put the slices in there, nicely arranged, and then you'll put the cake mix on.
Okay. So so after the cherries go down, then the butter or the sugar, and then the cake mix.
Mixed with a Sprite.
Okay, so you mix Sprite and a dry cake mix together.
Yes.
Yep. And then that goes on top.
Right on top, and then you put little pats of butter.
More butter, more better. Oh,
absolutely.
My gosh. And then cover goes on this.
Cover goes on, coals under, coals on top, and is it 40 minutes?
It's about 25, sometimes 30.
So, and then you check it, and that's, you get to smell it. It makes you more hungry, and
it smells amazing. It'd be great with vanilla ice cream, great warm, especially. And you can also do this in your oven. So that's, you know.
And you can step it up too. So we have kids as young as kindergarten that we're getting to do this, right? But we're also taking the older kids out on adventures and backpacking and canoeing and things like that. So you can pick fresh berries and modify this for the older Scouts too. I wouldn't take this backpacking. It's a little heavy.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're going to be in a canoe and going from site to site, it's a fun way to spend an evening at camp.
Absolutely. And Scouts these days, boys and girls. So, Tim, what are you making over here? What do you got?
All right, so I'm making a staple that I love to make for our Scouts, or ask the Scouts to make. It is likely the world's easiest bread to make.
What in the world? That looks like artisan bread there.
It does, and it's the easiest thing to make in the world. You take 3 cups of just regular old all-purpose flour, teaspoon and a half, or tablespoon and a half, excuse me, of salt, and then a packet of yeast. What I usually do is take a little lukewarm water and put a little sugar in and let the yeast foam up, and then mix that in with the rest of it, and then add a little more water until you've got about 1.5 cups of water. Mix it up. It'll be a little craggy, a little kind of tacky, and just let it sit in a bowl for about, I don't know, 8 or 10 hours, or 12, and pop it on top of a floured parchment sheet. Okay. Stick it in the oven. Stick it on top of coals at about 425, 450 for half an hour.
Covered with the cover on it?
I would start with the cover on if you're going to put coals on it. If you're making it at home in the oven, I'd leave it off. But this turns this into an oven, makes a very crusty.
I mean, my goodness gracious, you'd paid big bucks for that. Warm with a beef stew or pot roast. Oh
and
my
when
gosh.
the kids come in, if they've been making this and they've come off the trail, they come off the water, whatever, hot, fresh bread, one of the best things you can imagine.
Oh, no question about it. Let's spoon into this cherry dump cobbler. So if people are watching and they want to find out more about the Scouts and all the different programs, because you mentioned, Tim, you do this, you don't just camp in the summer, you camp all year round. And Amanda, you are teaching life skills. The things I learned in Scouts have stuck with me forever and actually helped me in my career. I learned to try different things. We did international cooking. I learned to camp, and those flavors and those memories turned me into who I am today.
Yep, so beascout.org is a website that you can go to. It'll help you find a local unit. Bay Lakes Council is the council in our area. We have a website. You can call the office. There's some very nice people there that will help get you to the right place. Kindergarten through 20 years old. I mean, we really have something for everyone, for every age group, and they all learn how to cook. They all learn those life skills. We have safety stuff up here because we start with safety. We teach everyone to be prepared. That's our motto, and that's really how we approach the scouting program.
And Scouts can change kids' lives.
One of the great examples is the Appleton group that just came back on the Amtrak train. When that thing derailed, Scouts sprung into action. The kind of now baking some bread or doing some cobbler, it's not the same thing. They'll do the first aid, they'll do the life saving, they'll do all the other things, but equipping yourself with the skills to cope and to have the life skills and confidence necessary to move forward in your life, that's what Scouting does.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you're both busy people. I can't thank you enough for shaping our youth and taking the time to come on the show with me. Will you promise to come back again?
Absolutely,
We would love to.
This is absolutely fantastic. All the recipes that the Scouts did, that Mountain Man breakfast, this dump cherry cobbler, the bread, we'll put all those recipes on our website, and we'll be right back.